Hello, folks. Welcome back once again to the countdown. Here it is. Your good friend Jimbo and your boy King here, setting up our top 12 NFL power rankings here going into the NFL season. Of course, we're going to update that every week. But for right now, it's the preseason. We're counting it down. Thus the name of the show here. And we've already gotten through, 8, I believe? We've gone through 8 of our selections. Not 8, but up to number 8. That's what I'm trying to say. We've gone up to number 8 in our selections. Sorry, I'm looking like a bum today, but it is hot and it is humid here. I am not dealing with actually dressing like a human being, so I get it. I look like a bum, but I kind of am a bum. It's a serious thing. It really is. So
I'm wearing a tank top because Dan Orlovsky wore a tank top today on Pat's show and made me feel good about my body because he's not a big guy. He's skinny like me.
Well, no, I mean he's a very
slim,
slender. Slight, very slight frame,
yeah.
very slight frame to old Dano. I do. Here's the thing, and I'll say this about that. Was he a great NFL quarterback? No. I do remember watching him at UConn, which makes me feel old as shit. But and obviously he had the famous Lions running out of the back of the end zone thing, whatever. So, but I do like his breakdown of I think he's a smart guy. I think he knows the position. I think he knows the game. He knows football. He's just sometimes you're not good at it. And what's the one thing everybody always says? Those who can't do teach. He couldn't quite do, but he does teach, and I think he teaches very well. So I do like Dano. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, so do I.
But along with Dano and me, looking like bums today, we're bumming it. It's hot. It's muggy as well. It's not just the heat. That's it. It's muggy here. We've had rain all day, and it seems to be the humidity is moving in. So it's listen. I'm not made for summer. Not made for it. I'm a northern guy. I'm above the Mason-Dixon line. I'm meant for fall and winter. That's why I went to Scotland. When I went to Scotland a month ago, oh God, it was perfect. Oh, it was beautiful. It was like 56, 58 degrees every day over there. Little light sprinkles at times. Always a nice breeze happening. Like, oh my God, I get it. I get why people live in. I would live there. I would live in Scotland. Outside of the taxes and the communism, I'd live there. It's great. Weather-wise, it's fantastic in Scotland. Love it to death. So now I'm just kind of waiting for that, and we'll get into this on the main show tomorrow. But training camp's open, baby. It's here.
Oh yeah,
it's here. You can start feeling it. It's that first little zzz, that little buzz, that little shock of electricity, baby. It's here. I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go. And there's a lot to talk about, too, on the show tomorrow. Yes. But for now, let's talk a little bit about our top 12 here, our power rankings here. So we're all just going to go right. Hold on. Wait a second. Look at this. I know. I just did it. I just did the thing. Because we got new stuff. We're doing things. We're doing graphics and stuff. It's crazy. Doing a thing. Jimbo, I believe it is your turn to go ahead and reveal who your next team. This is going to be number 7 on our power list ranking. So, Jimbo, enough talking about how hot and sweaty we all are. Who's your number 7 team?
So, before I reveal my number 7 team, I will say last week was number 8, Cincinnati Bengals. And if I would have known Joe Burrow showed up like Slim Shady with the bleach hair, I would not even put them in the top 12.
Oh, what are you kidding me? How do you not shoot them up to like number 3 now?
Well,
looking like Cody Rhodes, baby.
We can talk about that tomorrow.
The American Nightmare. Oh, come on.
Oh God.
He's set.
Joe Burrow's got to finish the story. All right, so number 7.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Number 7. I feel like I put this team in the right spot. The Philadelphia Eagles. My Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, I didn't put them up in the top 5 or the top 3 or even number 1. Did I want to do that just to try to piss off King? Yes, but I actually took these power rankings seriously. Main reason is they added a lot of weapons to the offense. Barkley, which tonight we'll be watching Hard Knocks. There might be a little bit more drama going on with that. Jalen Hurts, what it sounds like out of all the camps and the training camps, he's being more of a vocal leader. That was one with the big knocks last year. Defensively, it feels like on paper we at least improved our defensive backfield. We got Dijon and Quinton Mitchell. Almost forgot his name. First round and second round.
I know you were big on Quinton. I know you liked Quinton Mitchell.
That was the first time that we actually drafted 2 cornerbacks. I can't remember if it's in the draft or in the first 3 rounds since Lito Shepard and Sheldon Brown. And we all know how that defense was back in the early 2000s. So I'm excited about the overall team. It's just 2 question marks for me. Nick Sirianni, can he get back to that 2017 play calling, that mojo? And can Jalen Hurts, when faced with adversity, step up and be that leader to pull the team out of the adversity? And I think that's what happened last year. He didn't really step up enough. So, Philadelphia Eagles, number 7.
And this is how I know. You said early on, you just said before any of this, you're like, oh, I'm taking this seriously. I'm going to take this seriously. And that's how I know you're taking it seriously, because me and you have the Eagles just around in the same spot. I had them at number 7 last week. You at number 8 last week. You have them at number 7 this week. So we have them basically in the same spot in the top 12, in the same relative area. And the points I brought up last week, I think, are good counterpoints to what you were saying as well. Is because you said you're worried about Sirianni. Is he going to be able to recapture some of that magic that he had? Where it seemed like last season, and especially in the second half of last season, he lost every bit of mojo he had, to where people were saying he lost the locker room and that there was upheaval and that he might be fired, just a year after bringing the team to the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. And my other point with that last week was you have the offensive line, which is I think still relatively intact, but you did lose Kelsey, and that is a big loss. He is clearly he was the anchor. He was the heart, soul, backbone, whatever you want to say. He was the most experienced guy on there. He's the one who how he went is how that offensive line went. Without him there, that doesn't diminish anybody else's talent, but it's what everybody always talks about, the intangibles. What is there? That's a different thing, and that's a big loss, and it is. How are they able to handle that? We don't know that yet.
The only thing I'll say about that point is, and I don't know if you saw this, Lane Johnson actually came out and said that Kelsey actually has a locker with the coaching staff. So, and he's been spending time at the facilities and everything. Now, is that just a training camp thing? But if he could be there to help Cam Jurgens, that's who's going to be taking over for Kelsey, and help a little bit of that offensive line, kind of be like a intern coach. That will help.
Consultant, kind of like what Vrabel's doing in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think that will help smooth the transition over to this new offensive line.
Again, I don't think it can hurt. I think having him in the building, having him around the guys, I don't think that hurts at all. So I think that's a good thing. Again, how does it translate onto the field? We don't know. We'll find out during the season how that all works out, and that'll depend on whether the Eagles go up or down this list. If they start this season the way they ended last season, it's going to get really loud in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, old Spike Eskin there is going to have to worry about things on WIP or whatever the hell the sports radio station is down there. Because I know his dad isn't allowed anywhere because he keeps on sexually harassing everybody. Howie.
Right.
Howard.
It's Howard.
Yeah, stop whipping it out, Howard. But I again, there's not too many more points here to critique. I think we covered a lot of it last week and this week when it comes to the Eagles. The last thing I'll say too is, as talented as Saquon is, I think it's still a relatively unknown element of, can he stay healthy? And if he is healthy, can he be productive? Those are the two big questions when it comes to Saquon. Now, the Eagles have spent a large chunk of money on him. Is he going to produce and make it worth the money that they gave him? I think there's a lot of people. Again, I think a lot of emotions play into this when you talk to certain people. If you talk to Giants fans, oh, he's gonna suck. He's gonna what a bad thing. Da, 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 da. With some Giants fans, there's other ones who wish that he was still here and Daniel Jones would be strung up from the nearest street lamp. I get it. And then you talk to Philadelphia fans that, oh, he's gonna be the great. He's gonna run all over the Giants. He's gonna run all over everybody. We're unstoppable. We're going to the Super Bowl with him. I don't think it's one or the other. I think we have to see which way he goes, And again, I've gotten caught up in the emotion too, where I'll just be there online and I'm like, yeah, sure, but he's going to be on the injured reserve in 5 weeks, And it's like, okay, I can't delete that, delete. Fine, don't get angry. Okay, that's why I got to stay off social media. I got to stay off Twitter. Got to stay off.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big. Right now, as it is unknown, as big of a splash as it was, as many headlines as it's created, especially with the HBO Hard Knocks going on right now, and all the talk surrounding it, I don't think it's a sure bet like maybe a lot of people are. So that's what I'll throw out for that. Okay. So there you go. There's Jimbo's number 7 so far. If you take a look over to our nifty little board there. You got the Jets at 12. You have the Packers at 11. Dolphins at 10. Cowboys at 9. Which is, I think some people are surprised by that, having the Cowboys that high. I get it. Like we always talk about, the Cowboys are usually good. But again, this year they didn't really do the whole all-in thing like they said they were going to do. So, I don't know. But you have the Cowboys at 9. You have the Bengals and Jody Rhodes there. Jody Burrows at number 8. And you have the Eagles. Your Philadelphia Eagles at number 7. By the way, spoiler alert for anybody just wondering, my Giants do not appear on this list. Either yours or mine. I will put that out there right now. Giants, right now, not in the top 2. Do I hope that at some point in the season they crack this list? Absolutely. But as of right now, they're not on this.
That's a lot of climbing to do.
So that is the only of our teams that is going to be on this list. I can see for a little while. For now. So we have that for you, Jimbo. We're going to take your list off there, and then we're going to pop up mine here. And for my number 7 team, which I think might be a surprise, and it kind of surprised me too when I was putting it together, but I'll give my reasons and I'll let you think about it. I have the Detroit Lions at number 7. And again, the Lions had a great season last year. NFC North champions for the first time since it became the NFC, the new NFC North anyway, since realignment. I think it was their first one since 32 years, since 1991, I think was the last time they won a division. Yeah. They got their first playoff win, and actually 2 playoff wins since that same era. Made it to their first NFC Championship game since that time, 1991, where they got trounced by the Redskins. So, overall, a lot of good feelings around Detroit. People were very high on them. They were high on them last year. It seems like that's just kind of grown with them now. Now there's an expectation of, okay, you've done this, now do more. Like we need to make that next step. You were right there. You were close. And I think this is where I'm having a little bit of a pullback. Is the Lions are clearly a very talented team. They're a young team, talented team. They have a solid veteran quarterback in Stafford, who is yet another year older, so we'll put that out there. I mean, not Stafford, Goff.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah, because they switched up. Not Stafford, but Goff. But still, Goff is still another year older.
Yeah.
So you have that. But again, young team, young defensively. Hutchinson is a fucking beast. Fantastic player on there. So clearly feelings are going to be high. I think the thing you have to worry about with the Lions is sometimes whether not so much their confidence, but overconfidence. And they might sometimes get in their own way, and especially Dan Campbell, as much as I love him, and as much as he has changed that entire culture in Detroit. You saw it last year in the Cowboys game where he was just the 2-point play got screwed up by messed up officiating. We all know that. We all saw it. We all agree with it. The official screwed up. The guy, he said he was eligible. The referee says no, it was the other guy. It was a whole thing, and they took it away. But instead of realizing that, listen, okay, fine, they did that. Let's eat it. Let's take the extra point, go for the tie, and work on that. He was obstinate. No, 2-point. No, I'll go for the 2-point. Then there was another penalty and knocked it back. 2-point. Go again. 2-point. To the point where, and then they lost the game. Now I applaud the initial effort to go for the 2-point. But once it didn't work out, whether it was because of a penalty or whether it was because the referee screwed up or whatever the reason is, it didn't work out. Don't keep trying to put that square peg in a round hole. Realize, okay, that didn't work. And instead of going for a 2-point conversion from your own 15 or 20-yard line, take the extra point, get the tie, and see what you can do in overtime. Give yourself and your team an opportunity to win.
Yeah,
is what I would say. And I think there are times with Dan Campbell that his pride and his stubbornness and his ego kind of doesn't let him do that. Like, it doesn't let him take a moment and be like, okay, that didn't work. It sucks. I'm disappointed about it. Let's plan B, and then we'll work from there. Like, he can't do that. And then you also saw in the NFC Championship game, they were boat racing the 49ers.
Yeah.
Absolutely boat racing them. And then they had one play, that miraculous play that should have been an interception, and it got bobbled, and then the Niners caught it down on the 2-yard line and ended up scoring a touchdown. Yes. Momentum swing, as they say, and it's disappointing for if you're the Lions. You had a chance and it didn't work, and it turned out being a big favor for the Niners. And da. But that just showed again the mental toughness of the Lions, because after that play, they utterly collapsed.
Yeah.
On all facets, they were going for it on 4th downs that they should have been going on. They were like it, all of a sudden. Dan Campbell was making odd play calls. The players seemed to be off of their game after that, and everything fell apart. And that was clear to see. Do they have, now in the offseason, that's the question that this season is going to answer, I think, for us, is do they have they helped to cultivate the mental attitude and the mental fortitude in that building to combat that when that happens? And that's going to happen during the season. Whether it's in week 2 or the NFC Championship game, if they get that far, something's going to go wrong. Something's not going to go right. You're going to get a bad break or a bad call, or something's going to go not your way. Are the Lions going to have that mental fortitude, that ability to overcome that and be like, okay, that didn't go our way. Out of our heads, the last play doesn't matter. The only play that matters is the next play. Let's go. Do they have that ability? I think that's going to be very important to see how they handle that in this next season. And that's why I have them in the top 12. I have them at the top of the bottom half of it, if you will. That's what the pick 7 is, because then we're going to be getting to the top 6. That's going to be top half of our 12. But I have them right there because I think they're good. I think they're NFC Championship game and possibly Super Bowl good. But there are some questions when it comes to how do they handle adversity? How do they handle the struggle? And that was the other thing, too, is that they had moments last year. They had like you think about Thanksgiving, and they got manhandled during their Thanksgiving game.
Yeah.
And they had a little run there where they did not play well at all. Like, and listen, you might have stretches and things like that happen, but you have to be able to overcome that. Like, I think of the Chiefs. The Chiefs had kind of the same thing last year. They had that run of 3-4 games where the Chiefs did not look like the Chiefs, but they were able to get over. Travis Kelce's throwing his helmet. Patrick Mahomes is yelling on the sidelines, and all this other stuff is going on. And it's like, oh, is this it? Are they falling apart? Are they falling apart? And it's like, oh no, they pulled it together. They had to go in the playoffs on the road to Buffalo and to Baltimore, won both there, then went to the Super Bowl, played a hell of a game, and ended up winning in overtime against the 49ers and becoming Super Bowl champions for the second time in a row. That's a team that saw adversity and was able to overcome it and had the mental fortitude to do so. The Lions need to prove this year that they can do that, because last year they didn't.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, the Lions should have been in the Super Bowl last year. The Lions should have been in the Super Bowl last year. And they let it fall through their fingers because they collapsed in that second half after one play. One bad play, one bad break, and they collapsed. So I think that's and again, I think we're also at the point of this list where we're done like saying, oh, this team might be good, or this team, they could be in or out or anything like that. I think we're at the point of this, like, again, with the Eagles. Eagles are good. Eagles are going to be there. Eagles are going to be in the playoffs. Let's be honest. Okay? Lions.
Can you say that one more time, please?
Come on. Stop it. We all know. But the Lions are going to be good. I think they got a bit of a fight in their division now that the Packers seem to be having a bit of a resurgence. But the Lions should make the playoffs, if not win their division, and make some more plays like that, and hopefully we'll see how well they do. But I think we're done nitpicking about whether, or not nitpicking, but I think we're done debating whether these teams are good enough or now, or should they be in the top 12. Now, these are the teams I think that are, no matter where they are in the list, they're going to be on the list pretty much all season this year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Lions are going to fall off. Unless the Lions lose 3 games in a row, the Lions aren't falling off this list. Yeah. Unless the Eagles lose 3 games in a row, they're not falling off this list. Which they did do last year, though. So be careful. The Eagles still got to be careful there.
It's almost like my cooking shows. Like, we're to the point now, it's not how good it looks or tastes. It's the small intricacies that you may have forgotten or, kind of going
right now when it comes to this list, it's the base
stuff.
Ingredients. I think we're done with now. It's the little salt, little pepper, little paprika. You put a little garlic powder, a little onion powder in there, maybe doing a little whisking. We'll see. But we're cooking right now, like the bear. We're just good corner chef, behind chef. So there you go. That is our number 7 selections for our top 12. Let me go back. I had taken us off. Let's go back. There's mine. I forgot to do my breakdown. Mine was my 12th team is the Buccaneers. 11th is Browns. The Dolphins are 10. Bengals are 9. Eagles are 8, and Lions are 7. It's funny that my 8 and 9 team are your 7 and 8 team. So we're not too far, and we matched on the number 10 team. We're not too far off on our selection, so that's why I know you're taking it seriously. Is because we're not too far off on who we have here. But yeah, so that's my top 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, we've done 6 already. So that's the 6. That's the first 6 reveals we've done so far, up to number 7. And then for you picked, obviously, the Eagles are your number 7. So they're the top of the bottom half for you. And then you have the Bengals, Cowboys, Dolphins, Packers, and the Jets closing out number 12. So that is the top 12 for Jimbo and myself as it stands right now. Next week we will do the reveal for number 6. And you know what that means, too. Next week is only 6 weeks until the start of the season.
Yes.
That is exciting. Now, we also do have the main show. Stay Tuned Sports is coming out tomorrow. And then, of course, on Friday, we have Friday Forecast, where we're going to go ahead and do our prediction for the AFC North. If you want to be notified whenever any of our videos drop, and I know you do, like, share, and subscribe to this video right now. Hit that little notification bell. That's going to let you know whenever we upload stuff. Our schedule's going to start getting pretty full here. I think we mentioned it a while ago. We already have our countdown here on Tuesdays. Main show is on Wednesdays. We have the Friday forecast, which is clearly on Fridays. Not to mention when the season starts, baby. Sunday live streams, Monday live streams, Thursday live streams. We're going to have games. We're going to have, there's so much. There's so much. You don't want to miss it. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We love you so much. Thank you so much. It really helps us out. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get enough subscribers to where we can get monetized. And then from there, the ball just keeps rolling. And I want to thank everybody who does watch. You guys right now are the real ones. You guys are the firsts, the initials. You know, you're the ones that are here at the beginning. You're the ones that are going to be able to sit here and say, I watched them and I knew them before it was cool. Not that we'll ever be cool, but you guys were here. And so we do appreciate that. And thank you so very much for those of you who do subscribe to us. And we do see you. Thank you so very much. Jimbo, anything else?
No, same thing. Just appreciate you guys subscribing and all that stuff. And I know King doesn't like reading comments with her, but if you guys have any issues with his picks or my picks, leave a comment. I'll read it. I'll laugh.
Let us know what's going on, and if there is any particular ones that I probably should read, Jimbo will let me know about it. He's already done that with the Daniel Jones stuff, so I know.
I had like 10 pages saved.
I know. I get it. So, but for your good friend Jimbo, not this way. See, I did it wrong. There's Jimbo. I'm your boy King. Thank you so much for joining us. See ya.